So hello and welcome to this week's angling vlog. I've just arrived on the peg, just about to set up, but I just thought I'd capture this moment of the morning. It's 4:30 and this morning we're in search of tench. I picked a peg, some lilies in, got here nice and early, the only one on the pool. And this is why we get up, isn't it? Look at that. You got the birds singing, the mist just rising from the water, a lily bed in front. Does angling get any better? I don't think so. So one of the things that I love about early mornings is the dawn chorus, and I'll just leave you for a few seconds to admire this one. It is a real beautiful one. We're all set up in the swim now, and I've really taken my time this morning to just take it all in. It's a beautiful venue at the best of times, but this morning the birds singing, there's been the odd fish rolling in the swim, and I've just been sat taking it all in. It's a beautiful place to wet a line. The pool we're on today, incidentally, is Grimsditch pool on the Lymm Anglers ticket. So I'll put a link in the description below to where you can go on the waiting list if you're not a member for 2022. But yeah, Grimsditch pool on the Lymm Anglers card. Normally on these videos when I'm fishing for silvers with tench and bream, I normally do bring the keep net along, but today I've left it at home. The hope today, when you look at the setup in a minute, is to be targeting those better quality fish that do live in the pool. With that in mind, I have gone with my Corum Glide and I've got it set at 14 foot. I've got that teamed up with one of the new phase 1 reels from Corum that are coming out soon. That's in a 3000 size. We're not too far now from the start of the river season, and normally I do use dread and float fish, but I was in the tackle shop the other day and I saw the new Preston float line and I thought I'll give it a go, and that is the line that we will be starting the river season with. That is in £4. Now, a subscriber about a year or two ago to the channel did send me some lovely floats. He was a guy in Ireland and they were handmade, and I got them out yesterday to bring with me and I've left them on the side table. So we will come back and use them floats at some point. For me, I'm scared to use them. They are beautiful looking floats, and I'll put a little picture of them on screen now and you can see why I'm apprehensive to use them. So with that in mind, I have gone with a Drennan loaded waggler, 1.5 gram. What that's going to do is going to give me the weight already in the float. I've got a couple of the Dinsmore sticks on the line with a bit of a gap in play. There's a tiny little dropper shot on the line there, and I am fishing that directly through to a size 14 Corum power hook. The swim that we're fishing today, we are fishing off reeds, and I'm fishing it straight through because obviously we get in contact with some of them tench that can go to around about £5 or £6 in here. Then we're going to need that power if we get one of those better ones, and I really want to try and get one of them today. Looking at the side tray, we've got micro pellets to give us that base, we've got red maggots again to feed the swim on a double red maggot on the hook, and we've got corn. All those baits there are aimed at targeting the better quality fish in the pool. I've got no doubt that we are going to contact some of the smaller fish, the little roach and the little skimmers, but hopefully we can catch Mr. Tench. He is the target this morning, and fingers crossed we can get one. So looking at the swim, and it's a beautiful swim, isn't it? We've got the lily bed, plenty of features, and you can see now why I'm fishing the £4 line straight through. There's been plenty of activity around this reed bed since I fed them maggots, and I'm going to be feeding just up the side so I can cast straight ahead, reel it in and be fishing anywhere up the side of this bed here. I'm not fed too tightly, I want a good spread of bait, but you can just see there, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but there's just the odd bubble starting to come up. It is just a beautiful morning to be on the bank, the mist rising from the pool, the lilies twitching. The only thing missing out there now is a float. So the first cast of the day, and just going up the side of them lilies there, and with that float next to them, it just sets the scene perfectly. Starting off on a single piece of corn, nice and positive, and they're the type of baits that I'm going to be using. You know, single corn, double red maggot. We're on that size 14 hook, which is a strong hook, and I'm going to start nice and positive. If I feel like we need to, you know, size down a bit, then we can always go down, you know, to a 16. We're just into the first fish of the day. Hasn't taken too long, and I think it might be what we're after. He is only a small one, but what a beautiful little tench. Let's get him straight back and see if we can pick up another. Again, just up the side of that lily bed. Don't really want to go too close, because although they've had a few tench in here of the size we've just had, there are some really nice ones in here, you know, a couple of pound. So I just want that little bit, you know, of a head start when they head to the lilies, because almost certainly any better quality fish is going to head that way. Just into the second one of the day, just seeing a few bubbles pop up at the back and that's when that excitement does build, when you see those bubbles getting closer to your float. Does it get any better? The sun coming through the trees, the mist on the water, a bend in the rod, and the slap of a tench on the surface caught off some lilies. Happy man. Slightly bit bigger this one, and like all tench, like a bar of soap. Like I say, there are better ones in the pool, and hopefully we can cross paths with them today, but we're just starting to build that swim, aren't we? You know, we're getting quite quick bites to start off with. Like I do say, it is a morning venue pool, but with a backdrop like that, it's beautiful to see that float go, fishing the waggler, which I don't do too often, and catching little tench. Let's get him straight back. So hopefully, as the swim builds, we can cross paths with one that, you know, is maybe 2 or 3 pound. That is the hope. But just seeing them bubbles coming up in the swim, I don't know if you can see them. We zoom in to see them bubbles coming up. And yeah, absolutely beautiful morning. Morning sunlight, putting up a beautiful scrap underneath the rod tip. Knows exactly where to go. That sun is going to play a bit of havoc with the recording. As the morning goes on, it's going to be straight in our face. This is most definitely a better tench, and nice bend in the glide. I think that the last few flips of his tail, I think, hopefully we can get him in. And that is more the quality that we come for. As I say, about an hour ago did lose one, and the swim did go quiet, but that's just made up for it, that has. Like I say, you've got to be straight on them. As soon as that float goes under, you've got to keep the pressure on. But yeah, a beautiful morning by the bank, fishing corn next to lilies, the sun coming up, and a couple of tench on the bank. Let's get him straight back. So the swim's gone quite quiet for a bit, and all of a sudden just picked up another one of these small little tench. You can see the sun up in the sky. The hoodie's off. I'm sat in my shorts and t-shirt in the sun, and look at that for the beautiful little male tench. Like I say, on all venues when there's fish of all sizes, they've got a future, and this venue most certainly has got a bright one. And isn't that just fishing in a nutshell? We had that early period in the morning where we had a few bites, and then all of a sudden a period of quiet, and now we've had 2 fish in 10 minutes. That is fishing in a nutshell, isn't it? And just as the sun is getting where you think it's too hot, then the tinkers have arrived, haven't they? The second nice fish in quick succession. Those fish early on, which were great fun. We started to get the odd slightly better one, and then around about 9:30 we had that flurry of 2 tench out of nowhere, and we're ending with this beautiful tench. It's a male, it's going just under 4.5 pounds, and that is exactly what we come for. Give me a proper battle on the rod, hit and hold. It's been enjoyable. Let's get this fish straight back. I want to thank you all very much for watching. Tight lines in your own fishing, and I'll catch you all next week. Tight lines.